Hello and welcome to The Unexpected List. I'm Will, and with me as always is my only contestant,
Sarah.
And the way this works is simple. I give Sarah a word or phrase, and she gives me the first 5 board games that come to mind with that prompt. Sarah, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, your prompt is Bad Guy.
We got a lot of bad guys to beat up. I can do this.
All right, we're back with Sarah's Bad Guy Unexpected List, and she actually went in a direction I didn't think she was going to.
Really?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, we're going to find out with my mentions.
Okay, well, I mean, when I thought of bad guys, I guess I thought mostly of beating up bad guys. Mm-hmm. Oh, you probably thought of being the bad guys. Okay, well, that is his list, and those are fun games. So yeah, I thought of mostly co-op. Well, no, one of these is not. Actually, 2 of these are not co-ops.
Yeah. So number 1.
Yes, number 1, Heroes of Tennefer. I have the box lid. Here, head this way. I really enjoy this because it is a co-op deck builder, and it's just really a lot of fun. You get to develop your character. As you beat up the bad guys, the card flips and you get an item or a thing or whatever it is from that creature you beat up, and it goes into your deck, and so you have to go through several locations to get to the ultimate bad guy to beat him. So I mean, I guess some of it is pretty like common or routine, but putting it all together, I just found it very engaging. It is a bit of a bear to set up, because you have so many things, but I always enjoy playing because you really do have to work together. It's really reinforces that.
It has a very good structure because they want to make it so that the climax hits at the end.
Right.
When, okay, I went through all this adventuring, that was only to power up my character to have the final showdown.
Right.
And working together to do it is a neat package.
Yes, so very excited. I do believe we have an expansion we haven't played with this, so definitely need to try that.
Okay, number 2.
So this is a little different than, the other ones. You are taking on bad guys, but friendship is magic, so you're trying to turn those bad guys into good guys and into your friends, because that's the My Little Pony way. So you are always trying to, it's more about overcoming obstacles and changing people's perception and perspective and that sort of stuff.
Brainwashing, propaganda. Right, wait, no?
No, but
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is a fun, unique take on, you're not beating up the bad guys, you're trying to overcome whatever the challenge is, and friendship is magic. There you go.
Number 3.
Okay. Fallen is a game that I really wish had succeeded and hadn't failed because of their own choices. This was one of our earlier Kickstarters.
It was, yeah.
I want to say 2013 or 14 or something. It was really early.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how good this game is. So this is not a cooperative game. This is a 2-player game, a 1 versus 1, where one person's the bad guy, one person's the good guy. You go through a series of kind of like choose your own adventure, where the bad guy is kind of the, I don't want to say narrator, but
yeah, kind of the narrator, then lets the player choose, and then you have a little competition where the bad guy is supplying the AI for the little monsters that the hero must overcome until you finally get to the big showdown. So again, it has the structure a bit like Heroes of Tennefer, but feels more like a narrative adventure.
Yes, but at the end, it is still versus, because each challenge will either go for the hero or for the bad guy, and that person gets boosted. And so again, you're developing your character as you go along, and one of you is going to win, one of you is going to lose. And
now, why did it fail?
It failed because this was early Kickstarter where exclusivity was a big deal. They made half their gameplay content Kickstarter exclusive. So when people bought the game in the limited retail setting, like the normal version, the box was half empty. So people felt cheated by it, and then they couldn't get it because, oh, it was Kickstarter exclusive. We cannot sell it outside of the Kickstarter. And then we never heard from the company again, and this was not I've had a couple people over the year message me on Board Game Geek, are you willing to sell it? And it's like, no, as much as we haven't played it because of, unfortunately, the vision requirements, we still really like the game, so we're still hoping to play it again sometime.
But you never tried being the bad guy.
Right. So I need to try being the bad guy because that person has to do a lot of reading. Will attempted it early on, and it took a lot of work. So really still hoping to get to it, but Fallen is like one of the epitome games I think of one versus one of the few 1 versus 1 games that we actually like. It's just unfortunately hard to recommend because getting a copy will be very difficult.
Well, you could get one of the half-filled copies pretty easily.
Yeah.
But having all the content, tough.
Yep. All right, this one will not be hard to get a hold of because it's Star Wars Outer Rim. It's still in production as far as I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's Fantasy Flight. Did they...
I'd say the only caveat for Outer Rim is you definitely need the expansion.
Yeah.
And people were just upset with the base game because it felt like it was just missing content.
But this is Outer Rim, which is, well, the outskirts of Star Wars, where all the bad guys and ruffians and, gray heroes live.
Yeah, normally when you look at this part of Star Wars, it often comes with scoundrels and villainy as a tag.
Yep.
And that's because you've got the less moral characters, the bounty hunters.
Right, and so that's one of the things you can do in here is you can be a bounty hunter. Well, just because you're doing bounty hunting doesn't necessarily mean you're a good guy. You could still be kind of a bad guy about it. And then what's the other one? It's pick up and deliver, so you can be doing contracts. But again, contract work is not always legal work.
Sometimes you need to smuggle things along.
Yeah. So this one is also a fun game that is about being mostly a bad guy, or at least a gray person.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not getting the lid off of this one. Slay the Spire. We absolutely love the video game, but the one thing that was missing with the video game is it's single player, which, we play a lot of video games a lot of single player games together. I'm his eyes and he's usually the brain. But this is fantastic that it lets us play each our own character, cooperate, and try to overcome, the bad guy, there's lots of bad guys. We still haven't actually made it to the true end, have we?
Yeah, I mean, we've made it to that boss, but that boss is such a cheater that it just wipes out everything, and we're like, no, at that point, that was a little too much grindy.
We love the gameplay of the game, so even if we never fully succeed against the ultimate bad guy, we enjoy everything else that this game has to offer, both physically and the video game. So this one is an easy recommend. On the, you definitely have to cooperate because this thing will overwhelm you with all the bad guys and all the stuff that they're doing. And so you really do need to work together. But you're always making your deck better because the downside is you have to sleeve all the cards. But then that means you can upgrade them by taking the card out, flipping it over, and now it's the upgraded side.
Yeah.
So you get to make your deck better. So,
and also this is the go-to example for you take a game from a different medium and you brought it into board game format. This is the best way I could say it is where they make tons of smart decisions so that you felt like you still got the same game and it works.
Right, because they're not actually trying to make the video game, I hate to put it this way, word for word.
Yes, but you want all the emotions and the feelings
and the
so
concepts.
That it feels as close to the video game as possible, but still making the smart decisions that make it a really, really fantastic board game.
Right, because that's key. If you want to make a good video game into a good board game, you have to make a good board game. It has to be good as a board game, which means certain concepts that work in the video game world don't work in the board game world, so you have to translate them.
Yeah, in
making
fact,
smart choices.
The video game has a lot more math, and they simplified that down because they knew that people weren't going to want to be sitting there with a calculator figuring out, okay, I got this, and then oh, there's a percentage thing that goes, okay, and then well, that guy, okay, I think I do like 33.5 damage.
Yeah. No, this really simplifies it, gives you the great experience that, again, I can't speak highly enough about. And yeah, it's just good beat 'em up bad guy things.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I really want to try putting this back on top. This is kind of heavy. I don't remember how I did this. Anyways, Will, while I'm restacking this,
okay,
what are your bad guy games?
So I did think of Fallen.
Okay.
When I first thought of this prompt, because one person does get to be the bad guy, but I was thinking of games like Villainous.
Oh, duh!
Where you are all the villain, you are all the bad guys. Also, Overlord.
Oh yeah,
where
I love that game.
Have your minions. Boss Monster. Keep the heroes out. Just a whole bunch of games where you are the bad guy.
Dang it. Why? I guess I'm too much of a good guy to think about being the bad guy, but I love those games. Those are all really great games that if you want to be the bad guy, you should definitely check out those titles because they're very, very good.
Yes.
So I hope that wasn't too fast, but hopefully the pictures showed you enough. You can rewind the video and take a look.
Yes.
All right, then.
So if you have... We didn't do any research, but if you have any suggestions on being the bad guy...
or beating up the bad guy...
let us know in the comments below. And this has been The Unexpected List. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.